Get ready for the action because Alexander Hernandez is back and ready to fight. After a frustrating period, Hernandez is stepping into the octagon with a massive challenge ahead at UFC Vegas 116 against Rafa Garcia. We break down everything you need to know about this highly anticipated return and what this means for his career right now.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
Next up, we look at the massive moment at UFC Vegas 116, where Aljamain Sterling has cemented himself as an undeniable contender. Sterling is ranked in the top 5 at 145 pounds and is looking to claim that featherweight title shot by taking on the surging prospect Youssef Zalal in the main event. Find out why Sterling feels this fight is the key to his future championship aspirations. We are also diving into the big news coming from the UFC regarding rules and controversy. Dana White has confirmed that the UFC is going to break one of its strictest rules for the upcoming fight night linked to the White House, setting the stage for some major developments in the sport. Finally, we hear from former heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou about the reality of free agency in MMA. Ngannou discusses why many fighters are scared to leave the UFC and what opportunity exists for fighters like him to step out on their own. Don't miss this deep dive, and stick with us for more breaking news. Alexander Hernandez is returning to the octagon for UFC Vegas 116, expressing relief and excitement after a tumultuous period. Hernandez recently faced a cancellation of his scheduled bout against Michael Johnson at UFC 324, a cancellation that followed significant betting line movements, leading to speculation about an injury. With no official reason provided, Hernandez is now set to face Rafa Garcia on Saturday. Speaking at UFC Vegas 116 Media Day, Hernandez described the preceding weeks as a difficult experience. "That was a headache and a half. That was a stressful 5 weeks," he stated. He highlighted a recent, unprecedented situation where he was falsely accused of fixing a fight. Hernandez called this an uncharted territory, emphasizing the need for protection for combatants due to unregulated prop bet profiles and a lack of individual safeguarding. He firmly denied any involvement in match fixing, stating he would never throw or fix a fight. Hernandez is entering the upcoming bout against Garcia as a slight betting favorite. With a record of 18 wins and 8 losses, he comes off a TKO victory over Diego Ferreira, marking his 4th consecutive win. Hernandez is eager to move past the recent stress and focus on his upcoming fight, while simultaneously advocating for better protections for fighters in the sport. Former UFC bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling is positioned as a major contender for the featherweight title, following his scheduled main event at UFC Vegas 116. Sterling is currently ranked in the top 5 at 145 pounds and aims to secure a victory over number 7 ranked Youssef Zalal to solidify his claim as the next 2-division champion. The bout is set to take place on Saturday night, April 25, 2026, on Paramount Plus at the Meta Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sterling expressed his motivation for the fight, stating that facing Zalal presents an exciting challenge. "I guess what makes this the right fight for me is that I'm facing a surging hot prospect, someone who has been cut from the UFC, came back, and had a career resurgence," Sterling told UFC.com. He highlighted Zalal's resume, noting he has defeated tough opponents like Calvin Kattar and Josh Emmett, and previously faced top-ranked bantamweights like Jack Shore. Sterling believes defeating Zalal will make him undeniable. The 36-year-old Sterling, with a 2-1 record since moving to featherweight, is looking to capitalize on his remaining career window. "At this point in my career, I kind of just want to fight the bigger names, because I don't have a lot of walks left," Sterling commented. He emphasized the desire to fight established names, suggesting that a victory over Zalal could pave the way for a title shot and a shot at becoming a 2-division champion. However, not all analysts share Sterling's optimism. UFC desk analyst and former welterweight contender Aljamain expressed support for Zalal. Aljamain praised Zalal's technical skill, noting his smart use of range, distance, and grappling. While acknowledging Sterling's elite status, Aljamain suggested that a win for Zalal could be more impactful, stating, "It feels like Zalal has more to gain in this matchup coming off a win over the name of an Aljamain Sterling. If he's able to get through Aljo, it's like, wow, maybe this guy is ready for the top of the division." Zalal enters the fight with a formidable record of 18-5-1, including 8 straight wins with 7 finishes in his recent streak. Dana White has confirmed that the UFC will be breaking one of its strictest rules for the upcoming fight night, featuring a Trump-linked White House event. This development signals a significant shift in the event's parameters. Meanwhile, the Times of India sports desk continues its round-the-clock coverage, providing comprehensive updates across the global sports landscape. Readers can anticipate detailed match reports, in-depth previews and reviews, statistics-driven technical analysis, the latest social media trends, and expert insights spanning cricket, football, tennis, badminton, hockey, motorsports, wrestling, boxing, shooting, athletics, and numerous other disciplines. Former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou is issuing a stern warning to fellow MMA fighters regarding the perceived lack of courage to pursue free agency. Speaking to MMA Junkie, Ngannou suggested that while free agency appears glamorous, it demands significant mental fortitude, a trait he believes many fighters lack. Ngannou reflected on his own journey, which has included lucrative deals with the PFL and high-profile bouts with boxing stars like Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, culminating in a recent appearance on Netflix's first-ever MMA card. He emphasized that walking away from the UFC required betting on oneself and embracing the unknown, a risk he feels few fighters are willing to take. "There's always the opportunity," Ngannou stated to ESPN. "You just have to be around and be free. If you get yourself stuck in a contract out of fear of being alone, you will miss the real opportunity when it arrives." He argued that many fighters cling to existing contracts out of fear of being without promotion or a promoter, thereby missing out on better prospects. This sentiment was further highlighted regarding the current landscape. Ngannou noted that high-profile matchups, such as his upcoming fight against Philippe Lins on MVP's first MMA card streaming on Netflix, illustrate this point. He suggested that many big names are currently locked into unfavorable deals simply because they lack the balls to claim their freedom and stand on their own. He stressed that free agency requires preparation for uncertainty, acknowledging the unknown variables, such as fight schedules or contract lengths. "You don't know, just have to be ready. Get yourself prepared for the opportunity," Ngannou advised. Ngannou expressed hope that platforms like Netflix continue to invest in MMA, believing that such visibility can incentivize fighters to explore free agency. He posited that the existence of alternative platforms combats the fear of the unknown, encouraging fighters to demand better, fairer conditions, rather than settling for inadequate security. He concluded that a hope for an outside opportunity is what drives some fighters to claim their freedom and refuse unfavorable contracts.